Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today I'm going to be playing a deck that is built around Budew, but it's not just any deck built around Budew, it's built around Budew with Burn. We have a few new cards here. We've got Volcanion EX if it's in the active, you make your opponent's active Pokemon burned, and then we have Magmortar, which is during Pokemon checkup, put 3 more damage counters on your opponent's burned Pokemon, and these stack. This is really cool. You can play a bunch of interesting things with it. I'm just going to hop right in though and see how it goes. I've not played with this yet at all. I do have the list open in another tab as well. I was like recording some videos and I had no idea what was in the list, so I have it open, which is good, so that I can actually hopefully know what I'm doing. The deck's not that complicated though. You just want to item lock and you want to burn, and I'll go second. I think you want to get the item lock on as fast as possible. And so this will allow us to item lock so they can't items and support us in the same turn, and it's kind of good. I don't know how much it matters, but I'll do this. Hopefully you don't get donked. That would be pretty bad. You do have a Switch. This is fine. Let's play a decent chunk of Switch. It plays 4 Surfer, which is Switch, then drop to a 5. It plays 4 regular Switch, and it plays 4 Jet Energies, so this card in the Switch here should be fine. This card in the Unfair Stamp might not be as good. I'm not sure. We obviously really want to burn them. They're going to grabber us. Oh, I guess we're not playing that Magmar then. That is unfortunate. I did not see that one coming, obviously, because then I would have played the Pokemon down. Which I mean, it's not ideal that we got grabbered, but that was very unexpected. That was not what I was expecting. So that goes on the bottom of our deck. Okay. Oh, they stopped playing after they grabbered us. I guess they're about as surprised as we are. Maybe they're wondering. Maybe they're like looking up what our deck is. Anyways, they just passed. So we drew another Switch. I don't think we judge. Their hand seems bad, so I'll just research. Wow. Okay, I'm going to Handheld Fan and Itchy Pollen, and I might lose. I might just lose because we only have our Budew, which has 30 HP. So this is really sketchy. Budew, obviously, item lock slows the game down. Then we can burn them more, like burn them more damage. Burn, if you don't know how it works, it's just 20 in between turns, like poison. But then your opponent, flips a coin, and if tails, then they're not burned anymore. So, wait, no, if they flip it, so if it's heads, they're not burned anymore. Anyways, they got some Pokemon here. But those can't attack for one. I think we're okay. I'm really surprised at playing Cyrano and Grabber. Like, Grabber is an interesting card as a counter to Noctowl. Anyways, we need a Pokemon, right? Otherwise, we're just going to lose, like, instantly, because we won't have any more Pokemon behind it. So I'll judge here. We're going to Crushing Hammer first. Try to get the energy off that EVEX, which we can do. EVEX can evolve to something because of its ability, which can have an attack for 2 energy, but I imagine EVEX will not be attacking. I'll judge. I mean, yeah, we can't even Surfer anyway. We just can't. And we see another Budew, and we see a Nest Ball. Let me see a Surfer. So I'll get a Volcanion EX here. That's okay. Which you can attack with next turn. And then I'll get Magmars after that, I think is okay. Theoretically, Magmar now lets us do more damage, but I want to have the guaranteed Volcanion, I think. Especially with the Surfer in hand, and we're down a few Switch, a few like regular Switch. I'll just go ahead, Itchy Pollen again, and we have the Handheld Fan. The game's like not going to be super interesting, but it's like, it's fun. I think it's fun. I don't think it's fun to play against. I don't think this deck's super good, and I'm happy that I don't think it's super good. I think it's worse than the Frost/Budew decks, maybe. But I don't know. I think it's pretty on par with those, which are okay. I mean, they're all right. Definitely playable. Not necessarily amazing, but they're okay. And we're gonna see what my opponent can do, if they can do anything. We judged them before, right? So they are seeing some new cards. If they're seeing items, then they can't do anything with those items. But presumably they have something, right? I mean, they just Cyranoed. They do have I don't know. They grabbered me turn 1. I'm still caught off guard by that. And now we don't have our Magmar, and we could have had a Magmar in play, and that would have been so much cooler, right? But did they AFK? I hope they didn't AFK, but it kind of looks like they're AFKing. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so we got Surfer to another Surfer, though they quit. Okay, that might happen a little bit with this deck, because it is Budew item lock. I want to see how games go. I want to see if there are any games that are actually good. This is a deck I try to show good games, but I also try to show a fair representation of how the games go. Um, we might. Oh, I think there's some lag. My rank didn't update on this screen yet. On the first screen, but yeah, we'll see if we actually get like good games. I'm just probably gonna do the first 3 games I get. We'll see. How exactly this ends up going. But I'm really excited to play with this deck. There's some really cool decks in the set. There's a lot of cool decks in the set. The set I think is really fun. And there's this deck which might not be a cool deck because it's Budew. The decks I'm most excited for are I'm most excited to play with Tyranitar, Noivern, and Magmar, and some of the hop stuff as well. This start is fine. Ish. Oh, wait, this is no, this is not the same person. So we have Volcanion EX. I don't know. We need a switch here, right? But we should be okay. We play Squawkabilly, so I might go for that here. That's probably good. We have decent cards. We got Unfair Stamp in our hand again, and we might discard it again, which I don't really want to do. And my opponent's not doing anything again, and they also started MEW EX again. So let's see what happens. Hopefully, they don't get grabbered again. Or I mean, it doesn't matter, but that'd be really funny. They're gonna Nest Ball for Brute Bonnet. This is really no. Wait, no, they could play Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, which should mean, or no, they are. They hopefully this isn't an ancient deck, because then they're not gonna be able to get burned, which is like so bad, because then we can't do anything. So hopefully that doesn't happen. That would be pretty bad. They're gonna Secret Box. Hopefully they don't, Ancient Booster Energy Capsule on whatever they want to attack with. We're really not doing that much. We're doing 10. It will be doubled with weakness to 20 every turn, which is like good, I guess. Which we might be hitting them for weakness. I mean, hit weakness on Brute Bonnet if they just want to leave Brute Bonnet in the active, which they might. Actually, that might be their best route here. Just leave it in the active. And wait, they got rid of Carmen? Is that what they just did? Yeah, that's interesting. Really surprising to me. They got rid of Boss as well and Binding Mochi. Binding Mochi's like not crazy, but Perilous Jungle. Got, what was that, Nest Ball, another Carmen, I guess. I mean, Carmen's like decent, but I guess they just don't need it. And they're going to get a Pekka here. I hope they poison their Pekka. I don't think they're going to poison their Pekka, but if they do, that'd be good for us. They're going to Perilous Jungle, which increases poison damage, not burn damage. So, yeah. We do have Budew. Budew's just going to get, like, destroyed every turn. Actually, in between every turn. It's going to get destroyed before it even gets to our turn, because of the poison, right? That's just what's going to happen. I'm assuming. We'll see whether or not that actually happens, but I assume that's what's going to happen. Yeah, the list does not play Lottie SCX, so we won't be going for that. My opponent's going to play some cards. Okay, looks like they're playing Arcalodon, I guess. I've not played against this list before, so I'm excited to see how this goes. I don't know if this matchup's a very good determinator, or way to determine that. I'm going to restart draw card, and then they're going to Squawk and Seize, get rid of those. Yeah, I'm a little surprised they decided to restart their... I mean, like, it's an extra card, which is, like, good, but I don't know. I don't know if it's what I would have done there. I don't know if it's right there. It gives them extra card, but they just discarded that card, and it could have been what they wanted. I don't know. Anyways, they're going to Poison, they're going to Retreat, they're going to 8 Poison, which is a lot. And oh yeah, we don't hit Pekka for weakness, so we hit Brute Bonnet for weakness. We do not hit what was I gonna say? We don't hit we hit Arcalon for resistance, so that's bad. I'll get rid of the Crushing Hammer and the Night Stretcher, I guess. I just want to mush a Pokemon down, and I'll save Unfair Stamp. I'll get Magmar, and I'll get Squawkabilly. Seems fine. Fine enough. Doesn't seem amazing, but seems okay. So go ahead and grab these cards here. We have the Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX if we need to actually take a knockout at some point. And then we'll judge and hopefully get some good cards here. They don't need to be insane, but we need a switch. Wow, this is interesting. Not in a good way. I mean, it could be worse. I'll get rid of these, and I'll get... I could get Budew. I could get Magmar. Are there ones okay here? Oh no, we're gonna get Budew. We're down to Magmars. We could get the Night Stretcher. Like it's okay to get Magmar here, but I think the better play is gonna be Budew. Then just gonna go ahead and Squawkabilly. We really need Switch here. That's like super important. We don't get it. Okay, that's kind of annoying. So I'll just go ahead Scalding Steam. We can get knocked out here, which is like pretty bad. But I'll pass, and we don't item lock them either. So this is not a great position to be in. I'm really shocked that we missed the switch. It plays 8 that we could have found there, and we drew like 10 cards out of our 40 card deck or something like that. Obviously, we did end up missing. It's not like absolutely crazy that we missed, I don't think, but it's unlikely and unfortunate for us, especially because we're taking an extra like 160 damage because we didn't find the switch. That's pretty bad. So, and we're not item locking, so it's just not good. But maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Maybe they're not gonna like play items this turn. Oh, and they can just like hammer in our Budew over and over and over again. We do have the handheld fans to kind of annoy them. Let's play Gravity Mountain. I don't really love that. I don't know how good that is, but I guess it's good against stage 2s. But I feel like, shaving the extra 30 off of stage 2s, I guess it's one less turn, which is kind of a big deal, but I'm still not 100% sure how much I love that. We do need to switch on our turn. Latias TX also isn't like super great here. It's like a lot of the time you'll be retreating the Budew. Speaking of Latias TX, we see that from them, which is good for them and annoying for us because obviously they get to retreat, then they can retreat out of the burn if they have that going on for them. I'm going to restart to draw 2 cards here. Restart's not a super strong engine, but it can get what you need. If they can get like a supporter or something, not really sure what they're looking to do here. Probably nothing, right? Probably they're just going to pass. So they do just pass. They get 2 prizes off of passing. And then we'll send up the Budew. And we'll see what we do from here. We get a switch. That's really good. I want to go after the Brute on it, but that seems so... Oh, no, they have free retreat. That's just not really an option at all here, unfortunately. But Oh, we're out of Volcanions? How is this even, like, happen? That's really bad. Okay, so I guess I'll fail this. I guess I'm going to research here and get rid of these. We can't even use the switch now. We can get a Magmortar into play. Our draws have been really just not in the right order this game so far, but a deck without an engine, there's only so much you can hope for. I'll bump the stadium, I guess. My voice is super tired. And I'll get rid of the Judge, and the Nest Ball, I think, is okay. I'll get the Magmortar, and I'm going to Unfair Stamp. We're just really hoping that we get Volcanion, honestly. Otherwise, I don't think we can do anything. Oh, no, we can't Unfair Stamp. Yeah, there's nothing we can do in this game, unfortunately, I don't think. That's just, like, so awkward for us. We can't obviously trap anything. We can't really damage anything. We weren't able to draw anything there. It was just, that did not go well for us. That was pretty rough. Let's hop into the third game, though, and see how it goes. The first game went super well. Second game went about as bad as it could have. I mean, we kind of get set up. We didn't get like donked, but it went pretty bad. They took out our Volcanion EX, and we were able to find another one. And notably, like, they took it out really quickly, and we weren't able to get it switched out. That was the biggest issue. If that hadn't happened, we might have been okay. I'm not really sure. The Ancient Boost Energy Capsule seemed really scary for us as well. They could have just kind of left the Brute Bond in the active and just passed a bunch, and probably would have just won doing that. So, or like poisoned us and stuff. I'll go second again, though. I kind of like it, just Bedewing turn 1 still good, even if we're not poisoning. Of course, we do want to do that. Also, this lets us Squawkabilly EX a little easier as well. This hand looks okay. Looks a little sketchy. I think I'll start the Volcanion here and just pass. I don't feel amazing about starting that, and they start Slowpoke. Oh, oops, I dropped something. So they're playing the Slowking, which is a really unique Pokemon, really unique deck, really weird deck. Yeah, this is not going to be... I have no idea how this matchup's going to go. Like, I was going to say, like, us against single prizers, especially like it's kind of high HP single prizes. I mean, it's like 130. It's not the highest, but it's higher than like Budew, right? It's higher than Comfy came to my mind, but like there's a lot of with 70 HP. But the basic has 70 HP. I don't know how this is gonna go, but And then they also, like, them getting item locked every turn can be great for them. They're going to really struggle to attack, I think. They might even rely back to their second attack, which is not great. It's okay. It'll knock us out for 3 on a stage 1, but that's 3 energy on a stage 1 single prizer. How much, like, how good is that? I don't know. And how good is that? I don't know how good their turn was. It doesn't seem super strong. I'll play Magmar here. I obviously won't boss, and I'll just go ahead and burn them and pass. I could Budew. I don't hate Budew here. I'll play it down. That's fine. Yeah, that seems okay. We'll just pass. We do some damage. We'll see the coin flip. It is a Tails, which is good for us. I believe, right? Yeah, that's a Tails by them. And so they're still burned, going to accumulate a bit of burn damage, which is okay. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think it'll matter, but it could. Also, getting knockouts between turns is good. Okay, that didn't matter. Them flipping the coin there. They're just going to evolve, which is fine. Well, maybe it did. Maybe they're going to specifically do that because they flip tails, but I kind of doubt it. I feel like they might have done that anyways. Good chance they would have. Precious Trolley TM Evo. I wish I could do that. And they're going to get a bunch of Enzaruas. What? Okay. I feel like Zadu's good in the deck. Like, Enzark's, like, decently consistent. It's good. Someone's, like, I think they were, like, confused about how, like, certain things about the deck, but, oh, well, they didn't have the energy. Okay. That's good for us. Now we don't do anything. Yeah, we don't do anything here. We can't really do anything, so I'll just pass. I'll burn them and then pass. That's fine, I guess. This is really slow, but anyways, with Slow King, it's a really I kind of call it kind of like bursty. You want to burst a bunch of damage onto the board. They didn't end up curing themselves with the coin flip, but you want to burst a bunch of like damage, get a big knockout, and if you miss a turn or two in there, that happens, and that is what it is. That's just part of how things go. And so you want an engine that's more like along that same line of like really strong. But if it misses, it's not the biggest deal in the world. They're going to attach a Jet Energy active. Okay. And they're going to Team Evo, get 2 Enzark EXs presumably evolved, and then be drawing some cards. Enzark EX is okay. It can retreat through the use of the Stadium card Ends Castle, but if they play Ends Castle, they can't use Academy at Night to get the Pokemon on top of their deck using Slowking. They can use Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking, which actually is really good synergy with Enzark EX as well. But I don't think it's great. I don't think it's super consistent, but with a more consistent engine, that might be something that would work. Now, this is really interesting here. They might be able to attack on their turn. Good boss. I'm in a Scalding Steam, which means we're doing 60. Yeah, we can go get the get rid of this and this. Get myself a Magmortar and Switch, I think. Kyurem does what's Kyurem do? If they choose to copy that, that would do okay, yes, any of their Pokemon, any of my Pokemon. So I could play the Budew. I'm not sure what the right play is here. It is like, oh, if they just knock on my Budew, I want another one behind it. Yeah, I'll do that. That's okay. And then I won't boss, obviously. So just go ahead, hit for 10. I don't know if I love this. I kind of would have liked bossing the Enzark EX as well. Going after points on the board is always nice, or sorry, prizes. And then just kind of force them to a more awkward position. But now they are still burned, which is good. They presumably would have retreated. Wait, why is there like? Oh, that's like smoke. I thought there was like dreams or something, which is like sleep, and I was really confused. Is they're gonna get rid of Annihilate? That's a pretty terrible attacking option here. I'm looking for really Slowking, but really not Annihilate. I mean, I guess the first attack on Annihilate was okay. They do have a Psychic here. Do they have what they need? They do. Okay, so they're probably just gonna attack here if I had to guess. Probably hear him, which is unfortunate for us, but I think that's what they're gonna do. Actually, it's not that bad. Like, they're not knocking out the Magmortar. It's not ideal, but it could be worse. Yeah, again, assuming they're putting Kyurem on top, they do lose the energies. They get knocked. That doesn't matter. No, they're going to trade. Okay. So they got presumably then the Stadium and the let's say the card. Oh, and then like the Pokemon, the Kyurem. Or maybe not. Maybe they got something else that they needed or wanted. Okay, probably got the other Slowking then, I'll assume. the Academy at Night and assume they have the Kyurem in hand. Kyurem's like definitely the play they want to go for. I imagine they play 2 of it. It could be prized, you never know. But they're going to seek inspiration, going to knock out 2 of our Pokemon and damage probably the Magmortar if I had to guess. But they could be going after the Volcanion EX here. Then they're going to go after that. I guess that makes a little more sense. Which I will send up, I think. Actually, no, all our Switch doesn't care about stage, so, well, no, we send up the Volcanion EX, what am I saying? Because we want to, burn the next thing that gets sent up. Which could be Slowking. I wouldn't mind burning that. We could go after, again, the Enzark EX, which is okay. They could Ends Castle get out. There are certain things they can do, but I don't hate this route of just burning their active swell. We see Jet Energy. We see Judge. These are all okay. I think they're going to kind of struggle to attack as well. Yeah, no, I don't think they're going to be able to attack. So I'm going to go get a Magmar and a Budew. And they could actually win on their turn, but I think this is fine. I think they won't win. That's what I'm just going to assume. I don't think they can get the energy on. Yeah, I just don't think that's possible. So I'll Scalding Steam and then just go send up the Budew, which is fine. We won't get the knockout, but that's all right. I don't think it's the biggest steal in the world. Not getting the knockout, we'll get it later. Could Judge. I don't think I'll do that, so I'll just Ultra Ball. And they still have Academy at Night sitting on the board, but again, I think that's okay. We're just a little short. If they stay burn, they don't stay burn, so that's fine. We should be able to get there on our turn, and you have to knock it with burn, which is between turns. So it's actually, between turns, not on our turn, which is better because they can't Fezandipiti EX. Really ever. They'll never be able to do that in this game. Definitely playing a really interesting deck. I've not seen this build of Slowking before. It seems interesting, but not the strongest. It seems like, I don't know, I feel like Zadu's better, which just has that higher upside, and Slowking's never going to be that consistent for you. They're item locked. They can't really do too much right now. So this is all right. They're going to reversal to the bench, which makes sense. And we can Magmortar. We can evolve this Magmortar. So I was going to say we could lose on our turn. We can lose because they can knock out the Magmar, the Budew, and the Volcanion EX and take 4 prizes. But if they do that, they need the Magmar in play. So we can evolve into Magmortar and we'll be fine, which is good. We can Judge at some point. They are drawing cards and drawing through the deck. I don't think it's insanely strong, but it's all right. If we notice the Academy at Night at some point, then we'll Judge, because that means that they're stacking their deck with cards they want for next turn. And they're playing around Iono, but we're not going to Iono. We're going to Judge. Again, that boss play is still on the table, which is fine. We can go after Slowpoke, but it's not going to be triggered yet, so I'm fine with that. We could Psychic here and then attack, but I don't know. Oh, they say for Maniacs code breaking and then passed. Okay, well, I'm going to Judge that. That seems like the play to make here. The thing I was just talking about. I'll do that. I'll Judge. I guess I need to hold off on Bedewing as well. Next Pokemon I play would be a Volcanion EX, and then we can just go, oh wait, this doesn't get the knockout, does it? Because we need the burn to get the knockout. And then they'll be un-item locked again. We didn't get a switch here. I mean, we got a Surfer, but that's not enough. Could Retreat get the knockout? I don't hate that. I don't like it that much either. To kind of pressure their resources, I think. So I'm going to Itchy Pollen. Maybe I should just gusted up that Enzark EX and kind of trapped it and got myself in as best a position as possible. But they do have the Academy at Night in play as well. So still might be able to Academy at Night and then Ends Castle or whatever. They might just play regular Switch. I'm not sure. If they play regular Switch, then obviously that's fine for us. If they play Turret Scenario, that's not fine for us. Yeah, I just don't really know what route I'm trying to go down here. Oh, we only play one boss, and it's shuffled somewhere into the deck. We'll see. This is just so sketchy with the threat of Kyurem looming at any time. They're going to attach Psychic Active. That's interesting. Now we can Surfer, right? We can Surfer on a turn, which is good. And I guess we hold off on the other cards. Kind of good. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do. We don't trigger the reversal. If the Kyurem we lose, but they probably can't get Kyurem back, right? That's probably what will happen. Extra burn, though, I don't think is useful, so I'll Surfer into the Volcanion EX and just draw a card, and then wait, I did that wrong. Well, that's fine. I definitely messed that one up, but it's fine. We got bailed out by the top deck, so yeah, Jet Energy back here, and that's fine. Yeah, this is okay. Not again, not amazing, but we are burning them. We're getting the knockout, getting a point here, getting a prize here, and I'm knocking. So we're doing what we need to be doing here. I'm thinking through the damage on Enzo Archex. I think it's fine. I don't want to knock him out with regular damage. I'd much rather knock him out with burn. Ideally, knock him out with burn into our turn. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be like doable unless we get like super lucky. Which I think it is possible, but we just need to get lucky to do it. Opponent's gonna Lana's Aid. That is bad for us. That is actually pretty bad. They don't have game here, but they're really close. So, I'm not sure the plays here. Just not really sure at all. In Gravity Mountain, that's definitely gonna be better than having Academy at Night in play. Yeah, what? They got Kyurem, they got Energy, they got Slope King, I'm assuming. Yep. So you can go ahead, attack here, take the knockout on the Volcanion next to the Budew, and put a bunch of energy or a bunch of damage on the Magmortar, I'm assuming, to put it down to 20. So you can knock it out with literally anything. I'm assuming. I mean, I guess they don't knock it out with water again, but and I guess it doesn't really matter. They could damage the Fezandipiti EX, so I think they'll go for the Magmortar. If they have a teamed evolution, they just win the game. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go for something. But definitely taking those 3 prizes there. This is where Iono would be insane. Or really good. It'd be strong. They're going to go after the Fezandipiti EX, which is fine by me. I'll set up the Fezandipiti EX, I guess, here. And then they lost the energies. So Handheld Fan didn't do anything. We got another Magmar, which is kind of good. I'll flip the script first. I think that's fine. I could Ultra Ball first. We do get Boss. We do have a Switch. We could Boss the Enzark EX. I don't dislike that. I'm going to... Let's see. We can't get the knockout here, I don't think. Yeah, we cannot. Unfortunately, we're like close-ish. We're not even that close. So I'm going to Boss and then just like trap. I think that's the play. Get rid of Magmar's okay to have. I'll get rid of Judge. And I'll get rid of Pokégear and Handheld Fan. I don't think we need those. I'm gonna grab the Budew out of the deck and start trapping the Enzark EX. And bump the stadium. Again, start trapping and see where we end up. If we're able to burn, get the knock into our turn, that's really big. If not, whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead though and trap them. I can't trap them the entire game unless they like draw extra cards, and they might be able to retreat out of this. I mean, I think they can theoretically retreat out of it. We don't have any more Gust either, where that's all the Gust we have. I can't research, that's bad, then we're going to fall behind and deck out and lose. So that's not an option. We do have more Crushing Hammers. We haven't played any, so we could use those, which could be good. They attach Psychic benched, okay. Which is better than attacking active, so then the need on a bench Pokemon. They're going to Academy at Night. Oh wait, we can't deck them out. That wouldn't work. I was like, oh yeah, we'll deck them out. That's literally impossible because of Academy at Night. That just stops deck out. So let's not do that play. Maybe we'll Judge here. Maybe they'll trade. I don't know what they're going to do here. Maybe they're getting energies or stadiums or something, or maybe Pokemon. Probably something like that. Probably Lana's Aid, to be honest. That's what they're looking for. Oh, we got Iono. That's really interesting. That doesn't shuffle their deck, though. I like Judge more than Iono here. I don't know if that's crazy, but I'm going to do that play. We get Ultra Ball. We get a decent hand here. A hand that's good enough to actually start going for it. And we can do that, actually. So if we burn, we do... I think we need to get lucky. I think we need a Heads by them, then a Tails. But then we'll get it. So we can do... Right now we're doing 8 poison. Which is fine, yeah. So I'll do this. I think this is all right. if we get a little bit lucky, I think it's all right. So we'll just go ahead, switch in the Budew and attack. We'll see again what they're able to do. This is coming down really close to the wire. Might just super cybold us, which is bad. They flip heads, which is what we need. We need to flip tails next time. Because we're not knocking him out immediately. We want to knock him out into our turn. That's really what we want. Probably not going to be enough, I don't think, but it's going to be really close. And getting rid of an Arwen, obviously pretty weak there. I don't really know what that gets. I mean, I guess TM Evo, and then obviously get an item, but they can't play that. We also see the Ultra Ball. And right now we're doing 8, 19, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so I don't think we can actually get Magmortar. I think we'd lose. Oh, I don't even know if it's in the deck. Anyways, I could Iono. I don't hate that here. Again, I'm really surprised they attached there as opposed to there, but whatever. I'll research looking for a switch here, which we don't see. See the Magmortar, which has... Oh, no, we do see a switch. So I can go Retreat, Burn, and Jet Energy here to switch. We're really low on switch as well. I'll bump the stadium. I feel like, getting rid of their Academy at night is still going to be good. And right now we're doing 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. I think we're not supposed to play the Magmortar. I'm not sure. We do 160. We don't want to do 160. No, we're just doing 100. Yeah, we'll just be doing 130. Never mind. I think I miscounted. So I think Magmortar's okay here. And doing extra damage seems good. Just in general. Hopefully I did this right. Hopefully we don't knock him out. That'd be really awkward. Yeah, this is fine. So we really want him to flip. As I said, we want him to flip. No, we want him to flip tails there. Okay, they are now healed up. So if they attack with Kyurem, they win no matter what's in the active. But they might need something. I feel like we keep itchy pollinating them. That seems good. I'm gonna knock him out now into their turn, which is definitely worse. They're gonna Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking, meaning they're stacking 2 cards on top of their deck as well. So we'll see if they choose to draw these cards, or maybe they will choose not to draw these cards. In which case I might just itchy pollen. No, they're gonna choose to draw them. I'd like to switch here. Then I think I'll Surfer. I don't think they have it. They are gonna get the Academy at night back though. No, I think no. They definitely have it. Okay, they have the Jet Energy. That was pretty rough for us with the Kyurem. Kyurem's when's this going? It's really hard to stop. And obviously we weren't applying a lot of fast pressure. The 2 of the game here. I'm gonna use Tantrum and confuse themselves and get the win there. Oh, that was a really interesting game, really weird game, really long game. But anyways, tell me what you think about this deck. If you think this is the worst thing I'd ever want to, last thing I'd ever want to play against, but I think it's interesting with the burn stuff. I don't know exactly what the best way to do this is, but I think it's cool. But I hope you enjoyed. The list is in the description, but consider liking, subscribing, hitting the bell, all the good stuff. But as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.